After 3 years, the Luowu border control point has reopened for cross-border travel with the Chinese mainland. It's part of today's lifting of COVID curbs as Hong Kong's border with the Chinese mainland fully reopens. That means there are no more travel quotas or online bookings required to cross the border. A PCR test taken within 48 hours before departure won't be necessary for people traveling to the mainland either, unless they have been to overseas places or Taiwan within 7 days before departure.
Now we don't need PCR tests and mandatory quarantine when we cross the border, so I'm very happy.
I'm used to traveling via Luowu. I've rarely used the other checkpoint, so I waited for this to reopen. I haven't been to the mainland in 3 years. I have a lot of errands to run. I don't have a phone card anymore, and my bank account is frozen, so I need to handle these matters. Otherwise, my WeChat Pay and Alipay can't be used.
Today's reopening of all remaining cross-border checkpoints, like this one, means that all channels for people and cargo traveling between Hong Kong and neighboring Guangdong and Shenzhen are back to what it was like before the pandemic.
Aside from easing curbs with the mainland, vaccination requirements for all inbound travelers from overseas are lifted, while those traveling from Macau won't need to take pre-departure rapid tests either. However, travelers from overseas and Taiwan will still need to take rapid tests within 24 hours before departure. Meanwhile, the government is also making arrangements to help cross-border students resume classes from Wednesday. The Travel Industry Council says the lifting of these curbs is great news, and the tourism industry can really start its recovery now, especially since about 80% of inbound and outbound travelers are from the mainland. The council also says a full recovery will take time and estimates that to be achieved towards the third or fourth quarter of next year. This projection also accounts for the newly launched Hello Hong Kong to help boost the city's tourism. It's a campaign that will hand out 500,000 free air tickets to visitors, launch more large-scale events in the city, and also lead delegations on overseas trips to promote Hong Kong. Chief Executive John Lee is already leading a delegation in the Middle East, where he has secured at least 6 bilateral agreements with Saudi Arabia to build closer ties between stock exchanges, business associations, and tech firms. The chief executive also hopes to get oil giant Saudi Aramco to list in Hong Kong.